Hi, I'm Tiffany Carter, and we're here at Rodeo Austin 2016, and I'm here with our Junior Market Barrow Show judge, Mr. Miles Toenyes of Highland, Illinois. Miles, thank you for being here with us today. Why don't we start with you telling us a little bit about yourself, give us a little background?
Well, absolutely. It's my pleasure to be at the Rodeo Austin. Yesterday we got to go through some really good barrows. Saw a lot of great kids presenting them, and it sure has been fun so far. I reside in Highland, Illinois right now, and that's about 30 miles straight east of St. Louis, Missouri. We're starting the southern point of Illinois, right south of Interstate 70. I grew up on a small diversified crop farm. I have a set of cows and then also a set of sows at home. We focus mainly on the show pig side of things. We've got about 35 show pig sows. I went to Lakeland Junior College, then I went to Western Illinois University. I majored in ag business at both of those schools and was on a competitive livestock judging team also at both the schools, and then had the opportunity to coach Western Illinois for 2 to 3 years. So that's a basic background of me right now. I just took a job in October with Showright Feeds, and from a promotional side, I'm a national support specialist and travel all over the country putting on clinics and speaking on behalf of Showright and our products.
Thanks. And so, Rodeo Austin, our junior livestock show, continues to grow tremendously every year. This year's no exception, with approximately 935 barrows to sort through. We're up 150 entries from previous years. Yesterday, you sorted through the all other purebreds, the Durocs, and the Hamps, and today you will have the Yorks and the Crosses before the final drive. Why don't you let us know how the show's been going so far? Yesterday, you touched on that a little bit, and what you're looking forward to for today.
Well, first, it's great to hear that somebody's actually watching the show because they know how many breeds or what breed showed yesterday. So, it's been very interesting because the Rodeo Austin, as it was the Travis County Livestock Show at one point, has really turned into something special, and it's a show that only continues to grow in numbers, and I think it's because the support behind it. The folks here are just absolutely great, phenomenal people to meet and talk with. I couldn't tell you how many times someone came up that was a past president or is just an event staff member that's shaken my hand and said that they sure are glad that I'm here. And it's sure been fun so far. And man, the Bears have been good. Yesterday, starting off in the Durocs, we had a really good pair of them to end up champion in reserve. You get into the dark OPBs and just an awesome set of them there and an awesome champion. The Hampshires were tough yesterday, and just like expected in the state of Texas, the belted hogs are always good. And the kids driving them are very good. The barrel that we used was a little ornery, and sometimes I probably don't use him like that, but he sure is a special one. So yesterday's event's been good. I think as we get into the Yorkshires and crossbreds today, we're getting into a pair of breeds that are awfully close to my heart. Those are two breeds that I raise at home, and they look to be special. I mean, everywhere you go, the crossbreds are obviously competitive, and it seems like there's quite a few of them today. And I've heard word around the barn and folks that want to come up and chat, and they've sure told me that the crossbreds look really good. So I'm excited for today.
Kind of touching a little bit on what you said. I looked you up on social media before we visited this morning because you are a new, younger, fresh face, and I needed to get a little bit of background info. And one of the things that caught my attention on one of your social medias, you had liked a photo of a guy judging, and the quote in the photo said, "No one ever makes new friends judging shows." And then it went on to say, we thank those that give their time and evaluate and try to educate young people. And so I guess with that, what do you hope that the exhibitors and their families will take away from you judging Rodeo Austin?
Well, I told them yesterday to end the day. It seemed like yesterday took a while, and we've got a great staff back there to work with, and the folks have been awesome, and everybody is taking their time to make sure that the Rodeo Austin goes appropriately. And we had all the time in the world yesterday, and some folks like to stay on a schedule, and we were maybe a little past 5 o'clock whenever we needed to be done, or it was quoted to be done, and I made the comment on the microphone yesterday that I was probably going to take the same amount of time today that I did yesterday, because I truly believe that every one of those kids need a fair evaluation. And if you're trying to go fast and trying to get in front of yourself, you're not giving them a fair evaluation. And at times in the industry, whenever you're a judge and you're the one that's out there, and it's a last show like this. I mean, the Rodeo Austin's the last Texas major that there is for this year, and this is the last time that kids get the opportunity to show their head of livestock that they bought in the fall and have had for 124 or 40 days. So they set them in a ring, and then they have to try to be competitive, and they don't see the holes in them all the time, and they don't see the maybe negatives. All they see is the positives. So whenever they get them out there and I put them somewhere in class, a lot of times with all the time and money and effort that's involved, people take it kind of personal from a livestock judge, and they look at you and they just really want to blame you. And I've been on that side, and I've done the same things, and so I can't really harp on it very much, but I would just tell the folks of Rodeo Austin that I sure have gave it a heck of a try at least, and it sure has been fun so far, and all the kids have been great. We've got an awesome set of showmen, and like I said, a great set of barrows too, and whenever the kids can drive them like they can, it makes my job that much tougher, makes me earn my money. So.
Well, Miles, we really appreciate you being here. Rodeo Austin is proud to have you part of our junior livestock program this year. We've noticed on social, or I guess not our social media, but our live stream, we've noticed that your mom back home is watching. She made a comment saying, she was proud of her son, and that was nice to see that your family's enjoying it back home as well. So we're looking forward to today, and thank you for taking some time to visit with us.
Well, thank you too. And if my mom's watching, Mama, I love you too. So I appreciate all your comments that everyone's told me about so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Miles Toenyes.